I don't know. I don't know how to do a review on this movie to give it the justice that it deserves. There's so, I mean, there's so much to this movie. Okay, so the movie's called Vision Quest. Um, as you guys have seen, I think you guys see if I remember correctly. I have short-term memory loss. We've already been down this road. I just picked this up just recently. There's so much packed into this movie. Madonna's in it. Madonna's in it. She is in the bar, singing in the bar. Okay, so this movie takes place in my hometown of Spokane, Washington. And there's so many amazing shots and views of the city. So many outdoor things down by the Rid Path, the Monroe Street Bridge, the going through the park. I mean, just wow. I mean, the old Onion Bar and Grill, which isn't isn't even there anymore. It's completely changed. It's so cool to see what our city used to look like. What was this? 19 Gosh, it was 1980 something. 1985. Yeah, I was 5 years old when this was done. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is gonna be a longer review. Sorry. Break this down for you. So you got a main character. He's 18 years old. He's in high school. It's his final year of high school, and he's a wrestler for the high school team. And he lives at home with his dad. His mom left the relationship, and she basically cheated. I mean, they get kind of into it, but not really. She cheated on the dad, and she left. And so he's this main character. He has this kind of bitterness about him about it, which kind of is just under the surface. It doesn't really come above the surface. It just kind of stays there. So it kind of builds his characters like that. And then the movie starts off with dad, and he works at a car dealership, and he gets into the, so the, I guess so the girl in the story, she got upset because she bought a lemon. She got the one of the other car dealers kind of messed her up and took advantage of her because she's a girl. And the dad of the main character punched the other salesman in the face and ended up getting fired. And so throughout the entire movie, the dad is looking for work. He has no work. So the girl, the girl, the boy, and the dad end up at the Onion Bar and Grill, and they visit this place a lot. It's right down, or was right downtown Spokane. Where now I think it's the Satellite is in the same building now. Anyways, unless you're from Spokane, you're probably not gonna understand where that place is. But so they're they invite this girl. So the girl is going from New Jersey to Los Angeles, I think, and to become an artist. She wants to be a famous artist, and so she's gonna just passing through. Well, why you're going through Spokane, I don't know. We're kind of way out of. You'd think you would have gone through like Wyoming or something instead, a little lower down. Instead, I mean, she must have taken I-90 and just came through I-90 and then plans on going to Seattle and dropping down I-5. That's the only way I can think of how you'd get to Los Angeles from New Jersey, but whatever. So she has nowhere to live and her car's broken. So the dad that got fired, he says, well, I'll tell you what, you come live with me and my son, and I'll fix up your, no charge, and I'll fix up your car for you. Well, the whole time she's living there, she's kind of this character that's kind of real hard ball. She kind of real like masculine, and I mean she's drop dead gorgeous. I mean, all woman. Oh my gosh, just total dreamboat, but she's just got this rough side to her where she's 21 years old. She's just had a hard life and been taken advantage of and been mistreated. And she's just mean and just got this thing to her, but yet still just perfect. Perfect for this kid. Like he says in it, he says, she's got everything I like in a woman and everything I like in a man. Like, Hedgerly. she's a man's man, like, but she's all woman. And so he just totally falls in love with her, head over heels in love with her. Doesn't know how to go about presenting this to her. Although even if he did, she would turn him down anyways because he's just a kid, with a heart on, basically, is how it's put. Yes, this is going to probably be PG by the time I'm done. Well, she hangs out with different people and stuff, and he thinks that she's sleeping with them, which she's not. She's just hanging out with people because she's a people person, and that's just what she does. And she's being very, like, up and up. She's not doing anything, but, he thinks with the school teacher, because he saw the school teacher and her at the Onion one day one evening, having drinks or whatever, and talking and just hanging out. So anyways, the kid who goes, he's got this thing in his head where he wants to drop a ton of weight. He currently is like, what is he? He's I think he started off at like 188, I think is what it was, or something like 190 or something like that. And he wants to drop down to 162 so he can wrestle the toughest kid undefeated for 3 years going. And I mean, he ends up getting like some major, like low, he's starving himself basically. He's working out really hard and not eating. He gets really low iron. He's got this bloody nose thing that keeps coming back because he's just thin blood and low iron is what he keeps saying. And anyways, he's also happens to be a virgin. That's some. I could have waited on that part of it. But anyways, he wants to fight this kid, so he's losing this weight, trying to weigh in so he can fight with this kid because this kid weighs or weighed like 20 pounds less than him. And anyways, he ends up letting her know how he feels and letting her know that he's a virgin and all this kind of stuff. And they end up going to go visit Grandpa, which the grandpa in this is the same guy that plays the neighbor, the old man neighbor in Home Alone. Yeah, same actor, and a lot younger, but same actor. And anyways, they go to visit the grandpa, and while they're visiting the grandpa, she ends up making love to him, and so he thinks there's this extra bond there. And so they end up coming home, and they have coitus a couple of more times, and right before the match, the day or the morning, I think it's the morning before the match, she ends up leaving, and his room is back to the way it was before he left, and he gets all sad and depressed about it. Well, he ends up so he works with this guy in the Ridpath Hotel. He's a not bus boy. He's a guy who takes food up to the rooms and stuff in the Ridpath Hotel. And anyways, he ends up going to the chef's house or the chef's apartment, and there's this relationship there. They arm wrestle every night at the end of shift and all this kind of stuff. And of course, the boy ends up always winning. But get back on thing. So he goes up to this guy's house, and he's in his apartment with him, and this guy says, "You know, I was watching this. What was it? I can't remember. It was like this athlete, and what was it? Give me a second. It was soccer player, a Mexican soccer player, real famous guy apparently, and he does this backflip and kicks the ball into the goal upside down, and totally shocks the everybody. And so this guy, he's remembering watching this live on TV and starting to cry. And he tells the kid about the story. He's starting to cry and everything. And he says to the boy, he says, "You're going to be in that ring for 6 minutes. And you're going to, that 6 minutes is very important. And it may change the rest of your life as well as everyone around watching it, because you're going to beat this kid that is, undefeated for 3 years straight. I mean, you're doing something that's just unthinkable. You're gonna people are gonna remember this forever. Basically, you've got to do this." And so he ends up going to the game and weighs in at he takes everything off all the way down just so he can get it, and he weighs in at 168. And so he weighs in at 168, and he's in the locker room by himself. Everyone else has gone out to the ring where they're doing the match, and he's sitting there putting his shoes on, and the girl walks around the corner, and she's standing there, and he doesn't say anything to her. He looks at her and doesn't say anything, and she says, "I'm sorry I left. If I didn't leave, you wouldn't be here right now," which she's totally right. He would not have gone. He found what he thought was what he was looking for, which was love. And so she's like, "I didn't know how to say goodbye, so I left." And so she ends up saying goodbye and ends up leaving again. And then she comes back for a second. It's so cool. Comes back for a second, and she's like, "You make sure you kick his, what?" And so he goes out there, and after some jump rope and some psyching himself out, he gets out there and he kicks the crud out of this kid. And the whole time, she's standing up in the up above the rafters or whatever the heck they call that, the top section, watching. And they leave it in mystery. Do they end up together? Does she come back? Does she end up going to Los Angeles? You have no idea. And it's so freaking amazing. You could tell the chemistry between these two was just unbelievable. You can totally tell that they were really either in love with each other or they really, really cared about each other. It was amazing. It definitely like a coming of age, definitely a self-discovery, trying to figure out who you are. I mean, this movie, put aside, once I was able to do that, put aside the fact that it's from my hometown, put that aside, this movie was amazing. This movie was absolutely amazing. I Don't think I've ever seen it before. It felt familiar, but I don't think I actually ever seen it before. I am putting this on my top 5 favorite movies. I'm doing a really long review, guys, on this. Longer than I've done on any other movie I've done because it's just that good. If you ever can get a chance or find a chance to get this movie, you have to watch it. It is so good. I'm gonna have to put it up there with The Breakfast Club and with The Big Lebowski. I mean, this is that good. This Benny and June, another made here in Spokane, but it's just amazing. Amazing. It was a darn good movie, and I am so grateful I found it. And it's a Warner Brothers archive collection, you guys. Just, oh my gosh, wow. Vision Quest with Matthew Modine, Linda Ferran Ferranitino, Michael Scoff. Oh my gosh, I'm just butchering everything. Yeah, it just all around, you guys, darn good movie. Darn good movie. And yeah, so this was a longer video. I do apologize. It's just such a great film. All right. If you like this sort of thing, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, what's going on, what you'd like to see or not see, or whatever. Subscribe, thumbs up, yada, 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 all that stuff. I would greatly appreciate it. That would be absolutely amazing. And with that, I'm going to leave you tonight. You guys have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me in this amazing video review, Vision Quest. Wow, I'm just, my head is spinning. I'm just completely blown away with how, wow. Wow. All right, you guys, I gotta go. Thank you. Thank you so much. And until next time, bye for now.